Right. So suppose you have tomorrow. Suppose your exam is tomorrow. Tomorrow is your exam. Imagine that way. Please listen, everybody. Please listen. Don't make any noise after this class. After this, now please don't make any noise. Julie, please, everybody, please mute your mic. In case you want to talk to me any time of the class, you can anytime you can talk to me. Julie, please, will you please mute your mic? The mic is still on. Sensi, please mute your mic. Julie, you don't know how to mute your mic. I think you don't know how to. Probably. Okay. There is a button on the phone at the bottom of the Zoom screen. You can see mute and unmute. Julie, you still have not muted. I'm going to mute you. Okay. Listen. Maybe probably you're not aware of that. Yeah. No, I told you. I just asked you to mute. That's all. I didn't say that you made any noise. Please mute it. That's all. Okay. In case you want to talk to me any time of the class, you can talk to me, no problem. Okay. So tomorrow is your exam. I don't know how many of you are having exam, because I don't want to ask anybody here how many of you are having exam tomorrow, because many people don't want to tell others that they have exam tomorrow. So you don't have to tell me tomorrow. Okay. So those who are having exam, I know some of you personally, but you don't have to tell me that you have exam tomorrow. I'm not going to ask you. Tomorrow you'll be having 4 subtests. Okay. And the first one is, that is the listening. Second one is reading. Third one is writing. And fourth one is speaking. So suppose you have exam tomorrow. Please remember that you have prepared well. You have completely prepared. Now, at this time, what happens in your mind is, most of you will be feeling that you have learned nothing. This negative feeling is a very common thing in every human being. You have learned very well. Okay, maybe some of you are not from English Melon. So whoever you are, you have prepared very well. Please think that way. You are fully prepared. Okay. And we cannot do anything in the last moment. In the last moment, we cannot do anything now. Don't try to change anything in the last moment. Tomorrow, on the way to the examination, okay? On the way to the examination, some people will talk to you. Hey, this is wrong, that is wrong. You should have done this way, you should have done that way. Please don't talk to anybody while you are going to the examination. Okay. And after the writing exam, you'll be having the speaking. And between these two, there will be a break time break time. So during this break time, many people will come to you and they will talk to you. From which institute are you? I am from this institute. Okay. Is it okay? I have not heard about that. Do they teach that way? Do they teach this? So they are going to really make you feel really upset. So don't talk to anybody. If anybody just comes to speak to you, just listen to them, smile at them. If they're trying to speak, then try to avoid them. Okay, that will be really good for you. Okay, so you'll be having listening. Now, there is nothing that you can do to improve your listening in this last moment. We have been doing our methods like the mention practice we have done, mention practice and the transcription. These are the 2 things that we have done. And is there anybody here who is not very confident about the listening and having an exam tomorrow? Will you please raise your hand? If you want, only if you want, you can raise your hand. Whose listening is not still improving, but having an exam tomorrow? Is there anybody? You can raise your hand if you want. If you don't want to
exam,
listen, please. You're speaking something in the class. Are you speaking to me? Okay, maybe no. Probably you made a mistake. Okay, so anybody, if you are somebody who is having exam tomorrow, you can definitely improve your listening score. Suppose your score is something around 30. You need 32, 34 something. Okay, during this night, within 5 hours, if you can spend 5 hours, you can simply improve your listening just by doing the transcription from our website. It's completely free. If anybody has a problem with listening, you can do that. I'm telling to those people who have not improved their listening or who have still problem with the listening. So this is all about anyway, we cannot do anything with the mention practice now, but transcription, there is a chance. Anybody can do transcription during this night. Before the exam, you can do. If you can spend at least 3 to 5 hours, your listening score will go from C+ to B 100%. Okay. So about reading, please listen to me. About reading, I'm telling to those people who have exam tomorrow. Suppose your listening was not really good. Your listening exam, which is going to be the first exam tomorrow, suppose it didn't go well. Definitely, you will be feeling very much disappointed, sad, and angry, this and that. That will really affect your reading. Okay, so this is going to affect your reading. So now, how to overcome that problem? Okay, suppose your listening was really good. Okay, definitely, then this will not affect the reading also. Now, how to improve your reading in the last moment is for part A. Everybody, please, for part A. For part A, I want all my students to do the N3 method. I believe that you are really going to do this one. Don't cheat me, okay? Don't make me a fool. Means because you have already promised that you'll be doing the N3 method. Okay, please do the N3 method. And you know what is N3 method? That means in the part A reading, there are 4 tests. There are 4 tests. Okay, so you have to take your pencil. Rather than finding out the answers, you have to take the pencil. Step number 1 is to underline all the nouns and which one? All the nouns and
numbers.
Yes.
Numbers.
Yeah, you'll be doing. See, I'm sorry that I'm not giving chance for you to speak. Okay, I'm always speaking because you know what happens. Why I am so fast in the class is I have so much of things to tell you. I have so much of things to tell you. So that is the reason I am very fast and I'm not simply asking you unnecessary questions in between. Okay, I believe you don't mind that. Okay, in case you need to talk to me any time of this class, you can talk to me. Part A, please apply the N3 method. If there is anybody here who doesn't know what is N3 method and who is having an exam tomorrow, whose part A is always terrible, please stay here. During the last 10 minutes, I will be giving a special class for those who have no idea about the N3 method. So as per the N3 method, take the pencil. You have the permission to write or underline on your question paper. You can do that in the examination. Okay, you have the right. There is no problem at all. You can. So you will be underlining all the nouns. For example, if there's like a forceps, there is a word like a forceps, underline the word forceps. Okay, and if there is a number like for example 22 forceps. Okay, I don't know. Okay, simply a number. Okay, just circle this one. This is what you have to do. But remember, whenever you underline, you should not underline any word that you already know. Do not underline and waste your time by circling any number that you already know. For example, you know that there are 206 bones in the human body. So don't write because you know that. But you don't know how many people died of cancer in Nigeria last year. You don't know. So you have to circle the number. The credit goes to Sajida, one of the members here, because it was she who suggested that we can circle the number. Okay, and underline the nouns. Which nouns? The nouns that you are not sure about. So this way you will be able to overcome the reading problem, part A problem. So step number 1 for part A, underline and circle all the unknown, unusual nouns and numbers. Step number 2, after completing text A, text B, text C, text D, go to the questions, but don't start from 1 to 7 questions. You have to start from 8 to, okay, you'll be starting from 8 to 20. After completing 8 to 20, you can go to 1 to 7. I'm sure those who have practiced this one at least 20 times, you will be able to complete your reading part A in less than 18 minutes. 100% sure. And if you have not heard about this one, don't worry, please apply the same methods that you are applying. But after this class, means during the last 10 minutes of this class, I will be giving you, even if there are only 2-3 people, I will be giving a class on that. Only for those people who have exam tomorrow. Others, please don't waste your time or my time. Okay. So after this, you have got part B and part C. At present, we can do nothing to improve your part B and part C. But part A only can be improved in the last moment. And part B and part C, we have done with the MELONS methods. We have done that. Okay. So tomorrow, please, everybody, I tell you, you cannot apply the all the MELONS methods cannot be applied tomorrow. but you can apply this one. M1 can be applied. What is M1? That is the main idea method. Always remember, the main idea method is a very powerful thing that you can apply tomorrow. Okay, and you can definitely do the E1 and E2. Remember, E1 is elimination and E2 is nothing but enactment method. Enactment method, see, remember, if the part B or part C text is having anything regarding a procedure, okay, like a procedure, okay, or like a body part, if a body part is involved in that one, in part B, part C, then you have to apply the E2 method. What is E2 method? If there is any procedure of anything that is related to the body parts, you have to touch that particular part of the body. If it is saying move the glucometer from that part of the body to this part of the body, tilt 180 degree, okay, you have to just act as it is saying. I hope you have understood this one. Okay, and then we have got the lexicon and the language method. Tomorrow you cannot apply the L methods because this is something that you have already learned, but you can apply the O method, the order method. You have to apply the N1 method, that is the number method. Always be careful, especially when you think that, see, for example, there are three answers. There are three answers, A, B, C. You think A can be eliminated, fine, but B and C are exactly correct. What will you do? So remember, you can apply the N1 method, that is a number method. Like, for example, you remember the difference between little and a little are different. So slight differences are there. You should not make a mistake in that case. And few and a few, there is also a difference there. A lot of differences there, and many people lose their mark because of this. Okay, so please apply all the methods. If none of these methods are working, then you can do the last one. That is a yes method, that is called the speculation method. What is speculation method? Speculation method is everybody's favorite method. Why? Because any blind man can do this method. Simply because the time is going to be over. Time is going to be over. 3 questions are remaining. You have no clues. Then you can simply speculate. What is speculate means? Guess it. And most of the guesswork will be wrong. But if you have no other option, please do the speculation. Okay, and we have got N1 and we have got N2, we have got N3. N3 is only for part A. Okay, and N2, you know, when there are 2 negatives, remember, when there are 2 negatives, for example, none of the medicines contained no something. Okay, so here you can notice here OET sometimes gives you this kind of statements will be there to confuse you. So none is a negative word. Remember, none is a negative word, and no is also a negative word. So when there are 2 negatives, your brain will stop working. Many of your brains will stop working. So at that time, how to solve? Try to change them into none of the medicines. So all of the medicines or some of the medicines, we have converted that into positive. Contained something. So we have changed the negative into positive there. Okay, so this way you will be able to some of the medicines contained. Okay, anyway, those who have heard about this N2 method for the first time, don't try to apply this tomorrow. Okay, so you can apply your own methods. But one thing, please, I request, even if you are totally first time to English Melon classes, and if you have an exam tomorrow, you can apply the N3 method. Definitely your score will change because of the N3 method. I will be explaining this one. So that is all about reading part. Then writing. Remember, anybody having any question to ask me, please? Writing. Let's hope that there will be no information letter coming. You know what is an information letter? Information letter. We have, I think, this month we did not discuss. Anybody here who knows what is information letter? Anybody?
Informal letter.
Yeah, usually there are only 2 kinds of letters in OET. There are only 2 kinds of letters. One is RE letter.
Formal.
Yeah, no. All of
reference,
them
are reference letter and information letters.
Yeah, one is reference letter, the other one is information letter. Okay, and 99.9.9% we have only information letter. So don't worry about that. So in the last moment, you don't have to take any tension about that. We will be having only one kind of a letter, but there is a chance that 1% can also be a problem, right? So there's a chance that the letter can be only an information letter. What is an information letter? I can give you in within 2-3 minutes. I can explain what is it. Okay, so information letter doesn't have a patient. Information letter doesn't have a patient. The information letter doesn't have any admission, no pradoc. There is no pradoc for that. Information letter is a simple example. For example, you are a school nurse. You are a school nurse, and there is a the spreading of some kind of infection in the school. Some kind of infection or some kind of diseases are spreading in the school. You are asked by the school authorities to write a letter, write an information letter to the parents of all the students. That's all. For example, Asha is the parent. Okay, and Ashwati is the one who is writing the letter. She is a nurse, and Ashwati has to write a letter to all the parents of the students. There are around 2000 students there. So is it possible for Asha to write one individual letter for every 2000 parents? No, that's not possible. Okay, so she can just write like frame one letter, and she can send to different addresses. That's all. Okay, so then how will she write? What is the format of that one? The only difference is I'll show you the difference here. 1 second, please. It will not be useful for you tomorrow, but still this will be somewhere here. And then what will be the address? No address will be given. So it will be, the address will be like Mrs. Sorry, to whomsoever it may concern. I think some of you have heard about this one. It may concern, because we need to know who is going to receive this letter. I told you information letter is 0% possibility. Okay, so don't worry about that. So nobody should be worried about that one. So in the date of the writing of the letter should be there as usual. And here, to whomsoever it may concern, or we can also write this way: parents of students. Then school's name, like Saint Stephen's School. Okay, like Melbourne. Okay, of course the address is not complete. Melbourne, that's it. And then, dear Dr. Brown, we have no idea about the name of the parent. Suppose there is a patient called Anna Josie. Sorry, the student is Anna Josie. Anna Josie, name is Anna Josie, fine. So do we know the father and mother? Of course. So it will be like dear, okay, no, let me give another name. The student's name is, suppose the student's name is like Catherine Milton. Okay, stupid name. Okay, Catherine Milton. Okay, the student's name. Okay, so how do we know the? So this is a surname of the student. So dear, 1 second, dear Mrs. and Mr. Milton. Of course, that's the way we have to write. Okay, dear Mrs. and Mr. or dear Mr. and Mrs. Both of them are completely fine. Or you can also write dear sir or madam. Of course, parents must be one of them, right? Both of them, right? So let them sir or madam. Completely all right. A comma.
Sir,
yeah, tell me.
Sir, this is for informing something about that particular student only, no, sir? That particular student's parent, right? Not for all the parents of the.
It can be used for all the parents. It can be used for this one. Can be used for all the parents. At the same time, if you are writing the dear Mr. and Mrs. Milton, in that case, it can only be written to sent to only one student's parents.
Yes. Okay.
So suppose the question is telling you write a letter to the parents of such a student, then you can write it. I repeat once again. I repeat. This will not come for the examination, so you don't have to worry at all. But simply, I don't want you to get a shock tomorrow around 11:30 something. I don't want you to get a shock. That's the only reason why I'm telling you. In the place of RE, it will change to what? Subject. Subject will be there will be no patient, no year, no age, nothing. Subject regarding regarding the identification and home remedies for any particular condition. You can say chicken pox or something, whatever it is, okay, or anything, any kind of infection, infection. This is how we write this one, identification, okay, right. I hope you are getting some idea about this one, but I have to repeat.
Yes, me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, on this dads area, parents of students, is it good to write the parents?
Even that is, even if you write just one line, that is enough. The parents, even that is also fine. The parents, that's completely fine, because we don't know the address. If the address is particularly given, then you can write that way. So there is not much difference here. The main difference is here subject. RE will change to subject. That is the most important difference, and there will be no patient in this case. Okay, right. That's very important one. Sometimes this kind of letters can also be RE letter. How? Suppose there is a patient who, suppose that it is same, again the same school. One of the students, Josephine, okay, one of the students fell down and fractured. So after taking the child to the school, you are informing the parents. That's it. So this will be regarding like Irins, or if it is like if the child's name is regarding. Once again, I'll show you, regarding Irins further care at home. Okay, this will be a good way of writing this way. Okay, and after this one, you can just write if it is an information letter. If it is 100% information letter, this is to bring to your kind notice, or without kind notice, your notice that XYZ infection or that cases of XYZ infections have been already noticed or reported. Okay, that's another way. Reported in the school, or in and around the school. Kindly, no, one already we have written one kindly. Okay, there's no kindly here. Kindly take serious note of the following steps to identify and monitor. Okay, whatever. Okay, you can write. You have a lot of very good language by this time, so you can use that same language very confidently, and then monitor this case at home or school, and this one. So then you'll start this way. Firstly something. Okay, then write something, and then okay, then you just write whatever you want to write. So then the letter will close like if you have any further concern, kindly contact me or the nearest clinic or a hospital. Please rush the child to the hospital as early as possible, or as the symptoms are recognized, something like that. Okay, then like the school's name, like Sajita something, school nurse. Okay, school nurse. That will be the end of this letter. See, don't worry, tomorrow this is not going to come, and if this is coming tomorrow, I'm sure that you will be really saying, oh, thank you, sir, something like that. Okay, anyway, let me also hope that this will not come tomorrow. Okay, I don't want to give any any question, please, anybody?
Sir, what it mean, like kindly take serious?
Kindly take serious steps to, like, I mean, if there is any infection.
Sir, could you show that page?
No, it is all gone. I just removed that one.
Kindly take serious notes means what, sir?
Kindly take immediate steps to avail. Okay, there are so many ways. Avail medical help, medical assistance in case of in case of identification of any or all of the symptoms I have already mentioned. You know that we cannot use I have, okay, mentioned. So symptoms already mentioned. Okay, symptoms already mentioned. That is a way of closing the letter. Okay, don't worry about this one. Let's not hope that this will come. And even if it is coming, you can deal with it. I'm sure you can deal with it, because for the last 4 years, no information letter came. For the last 4 years, no information letter. So why should you worry about that? But you can go to the examination hall tomorrow, because we can feel that you are the only ones who are well prepared for the any kind of writing. You can deal with that. Okay, now we have a lot of things to do, but tomorrow, all my students, you have to follow the steps which we have been learning for the last 5 or 6 months. Okay, so don't forget these things, please, for God's sake. Please don't forget this. Okay, because you may think, okay, you may think I'm very confident I will not commit any mistake. Please, 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 tomorrow your IQ level will be a little lower than usual. So please, PP, RRR, okay, AA, DDDDD, WK, don't forget. After that, you have to do the DATs, don't forget. And then you have to go to the PRPDD. And if there is no admission, there is no discharge. So PRPD. If it is to a non-case like a GP or something, then you write UPRPD or UPRPDD. So double D will come only if there is a discharge date. Remember, double D will come only if there is a discharge date. And U stands for, this is to update the health status of, okay, this is to, U stands for what? Update. This is to update the, this is to update the health status of, I don't want to tell a lot of things now, status of so and so. See, that is patient. Okay, patient's name, who requires, R stands for requires, then the purpose, then a full stop here, then write the discharge condition. She is or he is recuperating from, or she is recuperating after, and is being discharged tomorrow. Say D, or and is being discharged today. D2 is discharge date, D1 is discharge condition. Without these, you cannot write the starting point of the letter. It's very important. Okay, and if there is anybody here who is attending my class for the first time, don't worry, you don't have to change any of the methods. This is just one of the methods, and the method that you have learned is perfect, so don't try to change it now. Okay, so this is a very good one. And then after that, you don't forget this one. You should not forget diving and rising. Tomorrow you have to dive and you have to rise. And if the letter is written to a doctor, remember, if it is to a doctor, okay, then DR, double DR. That means the second DR should be what? The past medical history. Okay, and then usually if it is if it is written to a nurse, okay, or to anybody after treatment or after diagnosis. Once again, if you are writing the letter to somebody, any professional after diagnosis and treatment, then especially even if it is after diagnosis, complete diagnosis, not partial diagnosis, if it is after complete diagnosis, do not repeat the DR. You have to only say D and R. That means diving, that means the past tense, that means usually the first paragraph, and then everything, second paragraph. Sorry, diving is the second paragraph. Okay, you know that, because PRPDD is the first paragraph. Okay, this is PRPDD, this is the first paragraph, and diving is the second paragraph. Rising, there can be 3 or 4 paragraphs of rising, R, whatever, it's up to you. So that is all about the letter writing. Now let me take you to this one. Please come back with me, I will show you. Suppose tomorrow you are going to get a case notes like this one. Let me show you this one. Where is it? Tomorrow you are going to get a case note like this one. Yes, look at this one. I think I showed you this one in the morning. You are a senior nurse at a resident nursing home, and Mr. Ari Vanov, who is under your care and was admitted 6 weeks ago. See, this is not a normal hospital admission. This is 6 weeks ago the patient has been admitted here. So remember, and you can notice the most important thing that you have to notice is how many dates are here. 2007, 2007 again, 2019. And on what day are you writing this letter? You have to find it out. What's the date? Imagine that today's date is 23 January. So tomorrow's date, what is the date tomorrow? 22nd. October 2022. This will be the date tomorrow. There will be no other dates. Tomorrow's date will be the only date tomorrow. Sometimes they will give you some past dates. So remember, you are writing on this date, and 22nd October 2022. And then there is another date here, 2017, 2019. So there are dates, different dates are here. So my question is, will you start from here, or will you start from 2019, or will you start the second paragraph, will you start from 2022?
2022 October.
Correct. Yeah, correct. So remember this one. This is a very important one. I'm really happy that you are all listening to me. Okay, very good. Okay, so I'm just doing it very fast because I thought somebody would be benefiting from this one, because today this time is such a time that, so I just wanted to, by giving this class, I was just trying to tell you something that you have learned very well. Whether you have studied from English Melon or from any other institute, you are well prepared. But everybody would be having a negative feeling. This is a very common thing. It's a very common thing. Okay, you know psychology better than I know. So it is it. Okay. So from a teacher's point of view, I can understand the feelings of the students. So if you're feeling a kind of a tightness in your brain, it's all because you are well prepared. That's all. Okay. Now, so this is what you are going to do. So there is a date here. 2019 is here. Then here is 1 second. You can look at another date here. 2020 is here. Okay, going to the next one. 2021 is here. 2020 December is here. And then in this case, what is the last date mentioned here? You have to always see the last date. So this will be the last date, and this will be the date on which you will be writing. So you'll be starting the letter from this date. Okay, I told you that you have to consider this one. I made some changes here. Okay, I made some changes here. So here, this one, let me just make this change here. Suppose this is the last date, this one. So you'll be writing from here or from here, tell me. So you
From
have
23. From 23.
27.
No, sir.
Okay.
Since it is connected, the December, it was December
Okay.
2020 and January 2021. Only 1 month gap was there.
Definitely.
And since it is connected, and we will start from December 2020.
Correct. You are right. Because now, since I changed the date here, suddenly there was a mistake from my side. Okay. So completely all right, because this one is connected to this date, is connected to this date. Okay. So now don't change this date now. It is the problem is because the date was changed. Okay. Anyway, this is what you have to do tomorrow. And this is what I wanted to tell you about tomorrow's examination. And where are we? Now we are going to conclude this session with one small task which we could not complete in the morning because we have been dragging on this one. See, there were 34 questions and we did only up to how many? 26 up to 26 we have done. Let's continue from here. Everybody, please. I know that you have all written the answers. Mr. Taylor had twisting of the left knee joint while playing tennis 6 months ago. So definitely some people prefer to write before or ago. For them, there is no difference between ago and before. There is a great difference between both of them. So which word is correct here?
Ego.
Suppose you want to write before. Yeah, suppose you want to write before, you can write before, but the problem is before 6 months. So if you're writing, before should come before. Okay, remember, before should come before. Okay, and ego should come after. Okay, so yeah, B for before, A for after. Okay, so you can remember that. So you will not forget this now. Okay, so ego is the right word, and his condition was managed with or by painkillers.
With painkillers.
Remember, tomorrow, if you are going to write, if you're having a confusion like this one, remember with plus a thing and by plus a person. Usually, there are also other examples. There can be some confusion here, but usually he was treated by doctor. He was treated by a doctor with a medicine. So with is always used for that. Chonchan, there is some noise from your side, please. Okay, I have muted you. Don't worry. Now that is what you have to understand. Now we have got to modify the paragraph starting with a landscape gardener. Is there anybody who can do that?
Yes, sir. A landscape gardener, Mr. Taylor.
No. Okay, fine. That's a good one. Okay, let me just show it for all of you. We are going to convert the sentence with this one. A landscape gardener, comma, then Mr. Taylor. Taylor lives with family. He is an active person and enjoys sports. He has a habit of consuming liquor and smoking. Okay, the last part is not very beautiful. So is there anybody in this class who can combine these three sentences into two, meaningfully and beautifully? Can you combine? A landscape gardener. Mr. Taylor lives with a family.
Mr. Taylor is an active
And is
person.
active.
Family.
Taylor is an active person who enjoys sports. He lives with family and has a habit of smoking as well as consuming liquor.
All right. Not that beautiful. I was expecting a little bit different one. That's okay. See, don't think that you can use and anywhere to extend the sentence. Okay. Will you please repeat that one, Asha?
So, a landscape gardener, Mr. Taylor, is an active person who enjoys sports.
Somebody else. Okay, fine. Really, really appreciate. Okay, because anybody can commit a mistake in this platform because I commit mistakes. Okay. Anybody, please.
So I can.
Milka, please. Milka, please. Yes, Milka. Yes, Milka.
Mr. Taylor is a landmark garden.
Landscape gardener. Okay.
Who lives with family. Along with he has.
No. We cannot use along with in that way. No, Milka. Very good.
Okay.
Somebody else, please. Who is that? Who is that? Some noises there. Okay. Anybody? Sonia, you want to try? Mary, you want to try?
Sir.
Yes, Sonia. Yes, Sonia, please.
Mr. Taylor, a landscape gardener who lives with family and enjoys sports and has the habit of consuming liquor and smoking.
Okay, right. But no, this should not be changed. We should always start with a landscape gardener should be the first part. Yes, somebody else? Yes, Joyce.
Yes, sir. A landscape gardener, Mr. Taylor lives with family. Full stop. Okay. He is an active person and enjoys sports. However, he has a habit of consuming liquor and smoking.
Okay, he is an active person who enjoys sports. Okay, that is a positive part. However, he has a habit of consuming liquor and smoking. Okay, that is a good one.
It is not related.
Yeah, still I understand. Okay. However, so you are trying to project this smoking and this one as a negative part, right?
Negative part.
Yeah, good one. I really anyway, I really appreciate everybody who tried. Okay, because every time we cannot give the correct sentences. Okay, so Joyce's sentence seems to be a better one than any others. So we can move on to the next area. In this regard, it is appreciated if you can or could.
Could.
Yeah, of course, you know that can is impolite and could is polite and good. Okay, remove Mr. Taylor's damaged cartilage in order to prevent future osteoporosis. Dash, please not and please not and please not that. Which one will you write?
Please not.
First one, sir.
The first one. Yeah, please not. Okay, because after that there is no comma. Okay, this is a reason why the second one is wrong. I hope everybody understood this one. Dr. Brown has already been contacted or contacted?
Contacted.
Been contacted.
Been contacted.
Been contacted.
Because has always needs you to write a been. Has been contacted. So if you don't write
contacted.
Yeah, if you don't write been, then it will look very weird. Dr. Brown has already contacted means, you know what is the meaning? You know what's the meaning of that one without been? This is passive voice. This is active voice. Yeah.
Yes. Dr. Brown contacted somebody.
Yeah, really. Dr. Brown contacted the patient. That is so bad. Okay. Anyway, don't worry. Yeah, try to understand the mistakes. And an appointment for 21st of this month at 8 a.m. has been scheduled.
And has an appointment. And has an appointment.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. But then in this case, how can
Has
you?
been scheduled.
Has
Has
been
been
Has
scheduled.
been.
Has been.
Open action.
Yeah, it is open action. That's the reason. Also, not only because it is open action. Where are we now? Are we in the diving or in the rising?
Rising.
Rising.
And you can notice, is there any green, any blue word here, any past word here? No, that's it. So I think one of the biggest inventions after the quantum mechanics and what do you say, that gravitation pull, I think this method, diving and rising, is the most the biggest invention of 21st century. You should realize that, okay? Because once you enter the diving, you cannot go back to the rising, okay? So that is a very important one. Sorry, once you enter the rising, you cannot go back to the diving. Has been is the right one, okay? Now we have to conclude this letter. Please contact me for any further queries or information about Mr. Taylor. Queries or information? Which one? 34th one?
Information.
Okay, please don't write queries, because please contact me for any further information is completely fine. Queries is completely nonsense, okay? Because you are not selling queries, so they will contact you. Like for example, if this letter is written by Miss Sajita. Sajita is the writer of this letter, so somebody will contact you. Is it Miss Sajita? Yes. From this hospital? Yes. I need some queries. What? We don't give queries. But you wrote in the last part of the letter, you wrote for please contact me for further queries. I need some queries. So this is so totally meaningless. So we don't write this one. Okay. So further information is the right one. So after completing the entire letter, out of these 34, is there anybody who got 30 and above? I think some of you are not here in the class. Many of you are not in the class because it is the evening time. How many of you got 30 plus for the entire letter? 30 out of 34. Not really good. We have to improve. Please understand. Grammar is very, very important one. Grammar is very important. So you have to improve your grammar. 30 is not a good number. So 34 out of 34, you should have got at least 32 or 30. At least 30 should have been your score. Now, please ask me some questions. Otherwise, we can go to the last part of this session, which is a reading part.
Sir,
Yeah, please.
sir, I'm going for night duty, sir. If my connection is discontinued, sir, please me allowed to in, sir.
Okay, anytime you can come back. Okay. So
Yes,
I know that,
sir.
yeah, I know that some of you are getting tired of this class. Are you tired? How many of you are tired, honestly? How many of you are tired?
A beautiful class.
Once again?
No, sir. Not
For the class is
Not at all tired, sir.
Very good, very good.
It's
Okay.
interesting.
If there is anybody here who is feeling tired, you can leave the class, because when the brain says no, then don't do. Similarly, when the stomach says no, don't eat more. Okay, that's my lifestyle. Okay, going to the reading part, and here is the reading part.
Sir, morning report section is there 9 a.m. writing. I didn't find the book.
Okay, I will be, because actually I had to travel today. I just came back. Okay, I'll be sharing that. Okay, I'll be sharing.
Okay,
Sorry,
sir. Okay.
sorry.
Thank you.
Okay, now we are moving to the reading part B. Just one question, that's all. After that, I will leave you. I will let you go. This is the question. 1 second. This is it. That's all. Please read this and tell me what is the correct answer. After that, the class will be over. Please raise your hand. After getting the correct answer, please raise your hand. Where is the best place to take blood from to monitor blood glucose levels? I think every nurse knows that. Please raise your hand, please. "25 out of 45. What happened to the 20 others? Why are you taking so much time? Yes, 30 out of 42, around a good percentage of you have already raised the hands. Others, I know some of you have babies in the hand, so they are not able to do that. Understand, some of them are working. Maybe some of them have got other reasons. Others are slow to find it out. No problem, we can discuss this one. What is the correct answer? How many of you support the first one, near the nail bed? Suppose, like how many of you support the first one? Please raise your hand. Others, please put your hands down. Let's do it very fast. Please do fast. Near the nail bed, there are nobody to support this one. Poor answer. Okay, just 2 people are there. Probably they have forgotten to. Alfonso, you forgot, or you still believe that this is the correct answer?
Yes, sir.
It is the correct answer. You strongly believe, Alfonso? I support you. Really? Okay,
Yes, sir.
very good, very good. Your opinion is your opinion. That's good. That's a very strong decision. The side of the finger. How many of you think that the B is the correct answer? Please raise your hands. So many people are there. Please, before you finalize your answer, remember your answer should not depend on your personal opinion. See, remember, your answer should not depend on your personal opinion. It should only depend on what you have seen in the text, not outside this one, not your personal opinion. Okay, so there are 32 people who have supported this one. Okay, then the forearm. Anybody supporting this one? The C. Anybody supporting this one? The forearm. There are some 15 people who support forearm. That's great. Or is it a mistake that you have raised the hand? Why? Then there is a lot of disparity between B and C. 12 people have supported this one. 11 people have supported C. Is the number going to come down? 10. Please don't. See, if you believe in something, stick to that. But before believing, you should be clear about that. There are 9. Okay, 9 people want to change. Okay, now. So where is the answer found? From where, in which line did you find the answer, please? Anybody can help me?
So second to the last line.
Paragraph.
Second last line.
Sixth
Right?
line, sir.
Yes. Capillary blood sample are the best.
Are best taken from the side of the finger, but avoiding close proximity to the avoiding is very clearly mentioned, so that means A is totally wrong. Okay, near means proximity. Okay, near and proximity are same, particularly when blood glucose levels are changing rapidly. Some blood glucose meters allow. Okay, this is not part of this, so answer is very clear here. Answer is very clear here, and here it is. Okay, and the answer, correct answer should be the side of the finger will be the right one. Okay, the other answers are wrong. Okay, maybe no problem. Sometimes you can commit mistakes, and what I like most is you stick to your own opinion. That is the strongest thing. That's very important one. And the last task of today. I'm sorry, I'm taking more time for you, but today please stay with me and you have to complete the mention practice. Mention practice is a backbone of your reading and listening. Now, how many of you can answer these? Okay, just take maximum 5 minutes only. You will have only 5 minutes to complete this one. The most notable factor the choice of a blood glucose meter depends on is how easily it can be used. See, the sentence has been completely modified. What is the purpose of this mention practice? You know, I have completely or partially, okay, modified the sentences. Now, if you are able to say that this is mentioned or this is same as the paragraph, then you can say it is M. M means mentioned. If the second one you think it is not mentioned, NM. If the third one is mentioned or not mentioned, you can write that way. So all the best. You have only 5 minutes. Please start now. After that, the class will be over. Those who are tired or those who are having any work, they can leave the class. You can watch the video later on. Anybody feeling tired? You can leave the class. After completing, please raise your hands. After completing, please raise your hands. If it is mentioned, if something is mentioned, say M. If it is not mentioned, say NM, or simply not mentioned. Okay, I think it is taking time. Okay, by the way, do one thing. I'm going to share the same page, okay, in the group, in the main group, and in the other group, I'm going to share it. You can write it anytime, and we'll be discussing it on Monday during the 11:30 time. We will be discussing, and we are winding up this session because I think the class went very high, very long, and you may be tired. Even if you are not tired, I am also a little bit tired because of my traveling. All the best to all those who have exam tomorrow. I know that there are very few people who are having exam because I had a special session for some of them who had a exam tomorrow. So all the best, and all our prayers will be there with you. And that's the end of this class. If you have any question, please ask me. Anybody having any question, especially those who want to know what is the entry method, they can stay here. Otherwise, like those who have no idea what is entry method, those who have an exam tomorrow, and those who have problem with the part A reading, they can stay here. Others, you can leave the class now. All the best. Yeah, all the best for the exam tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. All right. All right. You can leave the class. Others, those who want to know what is entry method, especially only those who have exam tomorrow. Others I'll be explaining next week. You can leave the class. Others, please leave the class. Jasmine, all the best.
Thank you, sir.
If we want to just sit, we can sit, no, sir.
You can sit, but I'll be explaining only if there is anybody.
Okay, we will not ask any.
No problem. You can ask me. But actually, I'm going to teach this N3 method only for those people who have exam tomorrow. Otherwise, we can wind up this session completely because I'm also tired.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Is there anybody who have exam tomorrow? Like those who have exam tomorrow plus having problem with the part A and having no idea about N3 method, please raise your hand. So if there's nobody, then I can wind up this session. Yeah, that means nobody has exam tomorrow. Muhammad, you have one of you, just one of you. Okay, Muhammad, I have to respect you for that. Muhammad, but your exam is not tomorrow, is it?
Yes,
Muhammad?
sir.
Is it Muhammad? It's not Muhammad, I think.
Yes, sir. It's my husband.
Okay. What's your name?
My name is Nasima.
You are from?
I'm living. I'm from Bangladesh.
Okay. Right. Okay, fine. Jasmine, Jasmine, you are telling a lie. You know what is N3 method. I think I can make you speak. Yeah, you know.
Yes, sir. I know, but I am just raising a hand because I have exam
Exam tomorrow. Okay, fine. Yeah, really.
I know,
So,
sir.
yeah. But Muhammad's iPhone, I forgot your name. Do you have exam tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
You have exam tomorrow. Okay, then I have to explain that because I have already given a promise. See, this one, those who don't want to get tired of this class, they can leave. Or if you feel it is boring, you can leave. Others, please stay here. In just 5 to 10 minutes, I'm going to explain what is N3 method. Okay, by the way, we have got some 12 methods for reading. MELONS. I'm not going to tell you about a MELONS method now. There are two M1 and M2 method, E1 and E2 method, L1 and L2 method, because we have already covered all these things, okay? And O method and N1, N2 and N3. There are 3 N methods and the last one, the speculation method, okay? So I'm not going to talk about anything, but I'm only talking about this N3 method. What is N3 method? N3 method is basically and only for part A. It's only for part A. And now, as per N3 method, 90% of the questions of part A, answers of part A questions will be, see, 1 second, I'll show you. This is a question. See, look at this one. There are 20 questions of part A, you know that. Okay, 1 to 7, okay, 1 to 7 and 8 to 20. The most beautiful part is that the most striking, most interesting thing is 90% or more than 90% of the answers to 8 to 20 questions will be nouns. Yeah, that's it. Nouns or numbers. For example, what type of cheese should be avoided? So the answer will be a type of cheese, and a type of cheese is a noun, right? Okay, what test is usually carried out? A test is a noun, right? A test is a noun. Yes, because every test has got a name. So anything that has got a name is called a noun. If a person has, what is this? How do you pronounce this? Cholecystitis, is it?
Cholecystitis.
Okay, cystitis. Okay, cholecystitis. Okay, what part of their body? Of course, every part of the body has a name, and anything that has got a name, name is known as a noun. Okay, the gallbladder and what else might be removed? Okay, gallbladder is the name of a body part, and what else? That also must be having a name. What is that? That could be part of the body, and any part of the body has a name, and anything that has got a name is known as a noun. Okay, so do you want more evidence to prove that all these questions will be having a noun as an answer? That are low in calorie, leading to what should be avoided? Leading to what is, of course, a condition. Every condition has got a name, and anything that has got a name is known as a noun. A blood test may be taken from a person suspected of having gallstones to check the functioning of which organ. Every organ has a name, and anything that has a name is known as a noun. So I don't think you need any more evidence. Okay, I can show you all of them, but you will only see that names, 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 nouns. So what is the conclusion then? When you start the reading part, okay, part A reading, this is part A reading, text 1, text 2, or text B, text 3 and text 4. That's all. So what you have to do is it possible for you to read the entire thing 3-4 times? Like some people do is, what they do, they go to the question number 1. What type of cheese should be avoided to reduce the risk of developing gallstones? So what will they do? After reading this question number 8, what will they do? They will go to text A, text B, text C, and text D. How many times you will have to read the text? Probably 20 times, or maybe 15 times, or maybe some people 10 times, or some people 5 times. Do you have time to read all the 4 texts 5 times each? Not possible. So this is a conclusion. Take the pencil and underline all the nouns and numbers. Not all the nouns. Nouns and numbers, of course, only nouns and numbers which are unknown to you, and which are unfamiliar to you. That means where you have a confusion. But always ignore the known information. As I told you the example, the number of bones in the human body, everybody knows that. Even I know that. Okay. Even now, after teaching all these, I think even I also know this one. Okay. So do not waste your time on underlining or circling the known facts. Underline only this one. For example, you know this one, gallstones, but this one, it's another name. It may not be known to everybody. So just underline. So I am only asking you to underline. I did not ask you to remember. Did I ask you to remember? Did I ask you to understand? No. I only asked you to underline. And when you do underlining, what happens? When the pen or pencil moves under a word, it is straight going into your brain. You please don't try to understand or think at that time. Just read and underline what? Anything that you don't know. Because whenever you underline something, you are asking a question to yourself. Okay, you know what is that question? Do I know? Yes, I know. Okay, hardened. Okay, do I know? Yes, I know. Okay, that means you will be feeling like I know everything. I know everything. A positive feeling will come to you. A positive feeling. That means, my God, it was so easy. Only 4 or 5 words I didn't know, and only those words will be the answer. Did you understand? Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Clear now? So anyway, due to the shortage of time, I don't want to give more. So it is better that we stop this class now. All the best once again to all those who have exam tomorrow. Jasmine and others, everybody, please write well, and please don't forget your prayers. 9 a.m. is our time to pray. Everybody, okay? We have got some people here who always pray for others. Okay, we have got a small group of people who pray. And I have very clearly told you what's the meaning of prayer. You can pray to any God that you believe. Okay, don't try to change the God in the last moment. Okay, some people think, okay, my God is not really active these days, I should try some other God. Please don't do that. Okay, so you will be penalized for that. Trust, because every God is a reality, and please pray to that. Whether you believe in science or not, God is a reality, and every God is a reality. It's not like there is only one God. Please, that is just a business that people make. There is only one God. That means Reliance is the only company, or this one Tata is the only the correct company. Other companies are bad. No, please. Every God is good one. Every God is a real one. Pray to that God. Start your examination. All the best for the exam tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right. All right.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Good night. Bye.
Sir, thank you.
Okay.